Hello and welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. The wizard is gone, the man is back. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. Hope you're all well and you're enjoying your Wednesday. That's right, it's the middle of the week for Bitcoin. And things are looking okay. They're not looking good, they're not looking bad. What they look like is ongoing boring consolidation. Now, to paint a bit more of an artistic picture, let's jump straight in with the price action analysis. Remember, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I would much appreciate it. All right, this is a 4-hour chart. May as well start with this. And they look kind of complicated, but it's not really, and particularly if I remove the Bollinger Band. So you can just see the price here, which has been oscillating sideways on this 4-hour chart since pretty much the last week of November. Yawn, yawn, yawn. Now, will February be the month to see it break this range? And you do not need the brains of an archbishop, great phrase, to see that the range is somewhere between 107 and 92. Those are not accurate numbers, but you get the point. And where is Bitcoin? Well, it's kind of somewhere in between as we speak. Now, for the 4-hour time frame, if we just zoom in a bit, you can see it has been downtrending since the inauguration, and nothing has really changed. What I would say is there's no bullish divergence yet on the 4-hour time frame. So that combined with so remember when you're looking at an RSI, if you're looking at a downtrend, if you're looking for regular divergence, then in a downtrend you're looking at the lows. So low here, low here, low here. And you can see those lows on the RSI are here, here, and here. They're all lower. These are all lower, so there's no divergence. And so doesn't mean a great deal at this point in time, but what it also doesn't suggest is that momentum is building too quickly against the current trend, which is on the 4-hour time frame to the downside. It's not for some of the higher time frames, obviously. My predefined momentum using the MACD below the zero line is to the downside also, but it's been kind of green really for a while now, and it will continue its slow progression towards the zero line, which is where I have an edge to tilt from downside momentum to up for the price, and that is basically around 98,000 for closures. So as long as Bitcoin's closing on a 4-hour time frame above 98, which is close to the moment, well then this is going to get close to the zero line, and then when it does cross the zero line, then that, in my opinion, is momentum to the upside. You can see on the Bollinger Band that's kind of nicely reflected in the fact that it's hovering around the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, and as I'm sure you're aware, Bollinger Band measures trend and volatility. And you can see that the volatility, so the width of the Bollinger Band is compressing, so it's cooling off, and the price is right around the midpoint. So if the price closes above the midpoint, which is a 20 SMA, and then volatility expands, that's a move to the upside. What I would say is that, so that's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's kind of looks like it might happen, but that's in the future and no one can predict the future. So it's a fool's errand to try and do so. This is starting to look a little bit like a local bottom, but again, that's just me making a guess. If this is, as I said, I would need confirmation just a little bit higher. 4-hour closures back probably above, well, really 100K, but sort of around 99 would be awesome. And then that would make this look more like a proper higher time frame low, which would likely beget an upside trend. So that's the 4-hour. Seemed like a lot of information. And if it was confusing, I apologize. Just going to remove the RSI for now on the daily. Now you can see the daily momentum super close to the zero line, and it will cross below if Bitcoin closes a daily, specifically a daily, below 97.5. Well, it's got a bit of a buffer from there at the moment, but not much. And that's interesting too, right? Because as you can see, narrow Bollinger Band, so low volatility on the daily time frame, but the price is right at the bottom. And so if it starts to close several daily candles below the bottom of the Bollinger Band, that's volatility expansion to the downside. And that would coincide with the price crossing below the zero line on the MACD, i.e. momentum to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. I would be surprised if you get daily closures below 92. I would be very surprised if that happens. But it wouldn't change a great deal on the higher time frames. It would probably just annoy people because Bitcoin's just in this indecision consolidation that it just annoys me, annoys everyone because we want to see trending moves. This was an awful period. This was pretty bad. This was an awful period. And then in between, you get these euphoric times. That's the psychology of markets. That's the psychology of trading and investing for anyone other than a buy and forget mindset. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Maybe that's a good mindset to have. I like looking at charts. It's a bit of an addiction. So it gets frustrating when it goes sideways. But you just need to, just stay focused and do what your either trading strategy suggests you should do or what makes you sleep well at night. That would be my little tidbit. Okay, so that's the daily time frame. To at least continue with the consolidation, I don't want Bitcoin to close pretty much below where it is at the moment on the daily time frame, and I would like to see it close back above 102 for at least consolidation sideways without further breaking down. Talking much more or much in advance of that on the daily time frame at the moment, I think is a bit pointless. Should we check in on the weekly? Have a look at CME on the weekly. I mean, middle of the week, right? So take it with a pinch of salt. But lo and behold, which kind of fits in with what I was saying at the beginning of the video on the 4-hour time frame, this is indecision central, right? So you've got I think these look like swords, but people call them doji candles or all sorts of different things, but it's just indecision, right? Sell, buy, back to the open. So, all right, there's still nearly 2.5 days left before this weekly candle closes. But at the moment, it's one of indecision. And I'm not surprised, bearing in mind that since end of November, Bitcoin's been going sideways. No surprise there. All right, that'll do for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, join me next time for one of my Bitcoin price action analysis videos. Take care.